And you used First Steps to Success to get more gigs and to negotiate more pay for your acting. So it's good to have you back, honey.
Hi.
So I don't know if First Steps to Success works or not. All I know, well, First Steps to Success worked for me because I'm an actress, and I don't know how any of the stuff will apply to me. Go ahead.
I don't know about that. All I know is prior to coming to First Steps to Success and discovering DaniJohnson.com, I was a struggling actress living in New York, just trying to make it amongst 100,000 other actors doing the same exact thing I was doing. Using what I learned here, this is my fourth First Steps. Using what I learned here, I was able to book gig after gig, getting paid more and more. I was booked a year in advance. Recorded a CD. Since then, I retired professionally, got into sales, no skills, no prior experience. Using what I learned, I was able to get a job, was the top salesperson within 6 months, got promoted to sales manager, reporting to the CEO in 9 months, left that job, got a better job, and now I'm number 10 in the organization of hundreds internationally. And I lost 63 pounds.
I don't know. All I know is, come over here, girlfriend. Denisha, get over here right now. Let's just seal this deal right this minute. I don't know. All I know is
I was a struggling hairdresser. I was working 8 days a week. That's how long them days were. After applying what I learned at First Steps, I went down to 3 days a week. I'm booked out 3 months in advance. In my internet business, it absolutely exploded. In less than 2 years, I earned over 130 grand. Working part-time, paid off over $30,000 in debt in 18 months. Got 10 people here. So I have an MBA, was never paid like that, working for corporate. I don't know about that. All I know is www.DaniJohnson.com.
I don't know whether or not any of this stuff applies to any of you. I don't know if any of First Steps to Success is going to help you get out of your financial pit, your emotional pit, your debt pit, your business pit. All I know is
prior to plugging into Dani Johnson's First Steps to Success, our company was operating at a loss. There was a lot of frustration, hitting a glass ceiling. And actually within only about 30 days of plugging into the first event, our business grew over 800%. But it didn't stop there. 120 days out of our first event, continually plugging in, continually using the materials on a daily basis. Our business grew 1,200% since we first came. So yeah, I don't know if it's going to work for you. All I know is I plugged in, and our business absolutely exploded. So I don't know if it's going to work for you, but just give it a shot.
I don't know. All I know is if you want to make more money, annihilate your debt, and live the life that you want to live, you need to get registered right now for the next First Steps to Success. Because a gal who struggled for how many years in business?
4.
4 years failing in business. And what kind of a contract did you just land?
What?
It was like a multiple six-figure contract that you just landed?
Oh, with Lily. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one.
I'm like, did we get 6 figures? I don't know. No, it's over a period of time. But yeah, it was a big contract. It was, over $200,000?
It's overtime, but yeah, it's exciting. But the most exciting part is what happens inside.
You're a different woman. You're a different woman. And how much weight have you lost?
20?
20 pounds? Without dieting?
Not really. That's not true.
She has grown in every possible way of her life. So, I don't know about your big fat debt. I don't know. I don't know. But Dani, I live in Australia.
That's right.
And you don't come to Australia every month. But Dani, I'm like working all the time. Could this really work for me? I don't know about that. All I know is.
My business had flatlined. We were frustrated beyond belief. We were drowning, suffocating in debt to the tune of $1.5 million. And all I know is I got plugged in to some very specific strategies and training, which is proven. And did some coaching, which I nearly pulled out of, but I had such a great coach. She asked me if that was the issue, if the coaching fee was the issue, if that was the real issue. And it was like, no, coach, it's not. So all I know is that within 2.5 years, we paid off $1.5 million worth of debt. We doubled our six-figure income. And if you're serious about annihilating debt, about really winning in business, about doing business rather than your business doing you, you have to consistently get professionally coached.
So I don't know. I'm too busy. I got 8 kids. I got debt. I'm in a dead-end job. I don't know about that. I can't afford it. I don't have the money. I can't leave my wife and kids to come to some seminar. I don't know about that. All I know is.
Prior to plugging into DaniJohnson.com, I was working a dead-end job, frustrated, no savings, didn't know what I was going to do, no retirement. Plugged into her proven system, started my own engineering company, opened another office, paid off over $22,000 of debt. And what else?
Making six figures.
6 figures, and in the last month, I've lost 15 pounds.
And you even have traveled internationally with a group of other like-minded people and went and loved on other kids. And you're in the process of raising how much money for those kids?
In 2011, my company's raised $12,000.
I don't know. But Dani, I'm a single mom. I have no money. Who's going to help me? I have no time to myself. Bam. All I know is
that I turned around and plugged into DaniJohnson.com. In 23 months, have paid over $260,000 worth of debt off. Last month, I finally started my first savings account ever in my entire life. I'm 41. And if it was not for DaniJohnson.com, I'd be another statistic. I'd be another single parent with kids, living on welfare, doing what the state wanted me to do. And I'm sorry, I refuse. I will be debt-free come May next year. I just had $13,000, over $13,000, freely forgiven that I don't owe to anybody. I paid cash for my house. I travel, I pay for each and every seminar, and my children come with me because I'm not going to use them as an excuse. They are my reason, not my excuse. Don't use your children for an excuse. They are a reason for you to get off your butt and do something and make a better life for you and them. Sick of it. Sick of it.
Did you hear that? She said that her kids, her 6 kids, that's a mom, a single mom with a husband in prison. She said her kids are not her excuse, they are her reason. And she refused to be another welfare recipient that's crying the blues. I don't know. All I know is you'll have excuses or you'll have results. Don't mess with me about whether or not this works. Don't mess with me.
My name is Stan Curry. I'm from Mesa, Arizona. I just found out about Dani 4 weeks ago through a great friend here, Mark. I met him on the internet. Only thing I bought was the script book. She said he recommended to buy the script book. I started doing 2 things that she said, $17,500 in 1 month of trying this script.
Exactly. Danny, I don't know if my life can turn around. I've made such a mess in my life. I've had a tornado, a tsunami, and an earthquake hit my life. Is there any hope for me? I don't know. All I know is.
After plugging into DaniJohnson.com, after I came out of the event in Dallas, within the matter of 48 hours, I made $1,700. I brought my mother into my business, and she has exploded. She's brought in 3 distributors, and she has made $3,000 within 3 weeks. And that's when I met this gentleman who followed directions, a simple strategic plan. I said, if you don't follow directions, I am not going to work with you. And he answered with results. $17,500 done in 3 weeks off a script book and coming to the Monday night calls. All I know is if you want success like that, then you need to sign up for the next First Steps to Success. I don't care where it is.
And Mark, do you have a jacked up background that could have told you there's no hope for you?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
You're looking at a man that was smoking crack, shooting dope. 2.5 years ago, that's where I was. If I hadn't met DaniJohnson.com 18 months ago, I would have been dead. Would have been dead. I am restored, I am rejuvenated, and I am jacked up. All I know is, all I know is, DaniJohnson.com works. It works. My relationships are restored. My mother, on the way up here, asked me, Mark, we got a problem with one of the brothers. What do we do? I said, here's what we do, Mom. We call the boss. We call the boss. Opportunity is right now in his life. You need to tell him he needs to go to www.DaniJohnson.com and he needs to plug in. Because all I know is that, oh, here's another thing that happened too. My brother, my oldest brother, is also a heroin, cocaine addict. Has struggled. I came home from Dallas. He said, dude, what are you on? All I know is I plugged into a lady, Tom, who's just like us. Yes. She's real. And she made the decision. When desperation meets decision is when change will happen in your life.
Maybe there's a process here that might work. Because if it works for all these people that just grabbed the microphone, who could not contain themselves as they passionately shared the change that happened in their life, because they shut up and they paid attention and they followed some simple instructions, what will you do? What will you do? It's your life. You're the one living it. You're not living somebody else's life. Mark tried to live his father's life, tried to measure up to the pastor's son. It drove him into heroin, cocaine, and smoking crack for a decade. He was homeless, was in prison. He gets out of prison, and a friend of him said, Mark, all I know is go to www.DaniJohnson.com. That's all his friend said. Mark, if you want to change your life, go to DaniJohnson.com. She got some free videos, some free training calls. You can listen, you can watch, and you can change your life financially. You heard the testimony. It saved his life, not only physically, but eternally. But eternally. All I know is, if Mark can go from a heroin and cocaine addict who was homeless and did time in prison, rejected by the church, never measured up by people who should have never had a measuring stick, then now his own mother, who once was disappointed, is now seeking her son, who she once rejected, for advice. All I know is your life is in your own hands, and your destiny will be made by the decisions you make from this moment forward. Will you follow directions? Will you study and show yourself to be approved? Or will you think about it instead? Will you find some lame excuse and call them your kids, your financial problems? Will you have some lame excuse that it won't work for you? Will you have some lame excuse that it doesn't apply to you? Or will you shut up and follow directions? Choice is yours. You never know when your life is going to turn around, to never return to broke again. You never You never, ever know when you are going to make that decision, and that decision results in a complete turnaround. And the decision is always disguised with something that you don't want to do and that you cannot afford. The decision is always disguised with something you don't want to do, that you don't think is going to work. The decision is disguised. But that thing's a test. It's a test. Because opportunity is never lost. It's always taken. It's always taken. And 24/7 on a website, there's information, teaching 24/7. You cannot ever say you never had the opportunity. Yes, you have. But what you choose to do with it is totally up to you. If you leave this event and you don't apply what we're teaching you, it's going to result in nothing but entertainment. Friend, hear me. I am not an entertainer. I am not an entertainer. Don't treat me like one. Don't waste my time. If you haven't figured it out, I'm on a mission. I should be retired homeschooling my children in Bora Bora. That's what I should be doing. And by golly, I got the right to do it. And I've worked hard enough and smart enough to earn the right to do that. But why am I not living in Bora Bora today? Because there's a world out there that is suffering and hurting and going to hell in a handbasket. That's why. That's why. Because the leaders of those nations don't know what they're doing. Because the leaders don't have a clue or they don't want to do it. Because they're going further in debt and destroying a people with social programs, robbing them with freedom of choice, robbing them of an entrepreneurial spirit. If that single mother had not planted herself in this soil, and she had not received the seed, the skills, the strategies. How many times have you been here, Lisa? 15 seminars. She's paid cash for the seminars. She's brought her kids through the seminars, paid cash for a house, and paid off $260,000 worth of debt. If she didn't pull out of what the government would have been pushing her to do, she'd be another one of them single moms sucking on a bottle of wine, crying the blues in front of her soap operas. Friend, what will you do with your life? It's yours, and it's a gift. It's a gift. What will you do with it? I can't help you make that choice. But it's decision time. It's decision time.